now to New York, where federal prosecutors have been ordered to drop the government's corruption case against Mayor Eric Adams. He had been facing 5 charges, among them bribery and fraud. A Justice Department memo says now that the case was interfering, however, with Adams' ability to help with President Trump's immigration crackdown. CBS News legal contributor Caroline Polisi is here for more on this. Caroline, thank you very much for joining us. The Justice Department was at pains to point out that they're not dropping this based on the merits or a review of the evidence. They're not saying he's innocent. Right. So what are they saying here?
Right. The memo really is shocking in, really, it's brazen, it's dripping with politics, right? As you noted, they are explicitly saying they're not looking at the merits of this case. And the reasons that they're giving for this order to drop the case are, one, that it's distracting Mayor Adams from really getting in line with President Trump's immigration policies. You know, New York has traditionally been a sanctuary city, but Mayor Adams has recently really been getting behind the federal push with ICE agents, cooperating even with ICE agents in the immigration space. They've also really, in this memo, pointed to President Trump's, this idea of the weaponization of the Justice Department. And Adams was very vocal, feeling he was persecuted in this prosecution because he publicly spoke out against the Biden administration's immigration policies. There's been a bit of a bromance, if you will, between Adams and Trump. Remember, he had a last-minute invite to the inauguration, so this has likely been in the works. But I will note, the memo is saying that it should be dismissed without prejudice, and that the acting head of the Southern District of New York can relook at the charges after the mayoral race in November.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow is right.
So basically he's under, it's a trial. It's a trial run. So basically they're saying, we're going to see how you do with getting in line with the Trump policies. And then maybe we'll see after the election what we're going to do.
So they can shelve it for now.
Yeah.
So what happens next with the criminal case against Adams, if anything?
So as it stands now, the acting Deputy Attorney General, Emile Beauvais, who's standing in that position before Todd Blanche, officially becomes the Attorney General. He has directed Southern District prosecutors to move to dismiss the case under these conditions, that it be without prejudice. Now, look, there's an acting head of the Southern District of New York. Yes. She really does have to fall in line, right? Because it's part of the Justice Department.
It seems to be a lot of falling in line, Caroline. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Is it setting a poor precedent?
It's a poor precedent. I've never seen anything like this since the Nixon administration, the DOJ, which is part of the executive branch. But the DOJ has a culture and a history of being completely shielded, independent from politics, right? The American public has come to expect that prosecutors prosecute cases without fear or favor, and that politics doesn't play a role in this. The former head of the Southern District, Damian Williams, very vocal about prosecuting without fear or favor. He indicted Diddy, he indicted Mayor Adams. This is, I can't overstate how unprecedented this is and how much of a precedent it sets. And sends a message: if you're on board, if you're a crony, you will get special treatment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Caroline Polisi. Thank you very much.